What's up, everyone? Zombie Cow here. I just wanted to make a quick little video with some recent leaks and rumors coming out from Dead Island 2. As most of you watching this video probably know, a listing for Dead Island 2 popped up on Amazon recently with a release date listed of February 3rd, 2023. Pre-orders are not currently available, but the page went up, and usually that kind of stuff has to be submitted and approved first. So I just wanted to make a quick little video, give my thoughts on this. Because as anyone who knows me at all, or has been around the stream, or who has talked to me for more than 5 minutes knows, I'm a very, very big Dead Island fan. This is one of my favorite games of all time, always has been. I don't know, there's something just that I love about this game. I can't really describe it, and I don't say that ironically, I don't say that as a joke. I'm being entirely genuine when I say that I love Dead Island. So I just kind of want to give my thoughts on this, with all this coming out. A lot of rumors or leaks, whatever, saying that it's going to be re-revealed at Gamescom opening night live. And seeing as that's tomorrow, I just want to make a quick video. I've actually been out of town for the last 2 weeks, so I've not been at my setup, not been able to make a video. So I apologize. It's going to be, I don't want it to seem rushed, but I am just making this, in one night. So it's not going to be up to the quality that I normally would like my videos to be. But again, I just want to get something out there. When Dead Island 2 was first announced, I just finished my junior year in high school. I was 17 years old. No responsibilities, not a care in the world. The sequel to one of my favorite games of all time was just revealed. Up until that point, I don't think there was anything video game related that had ever made me as excited, as hyped as the Dead Island 2 announcement. And as we all know, that trailer was also one of the best video game reveal trailers that anybody has ever made, in my opinion. That was just one of the most hype days and events ever that I can remember in as far as video games are concerned. That was 8 years ago. I now have a 2-year-old. I'm getting married soon. I have a full-time job. A lot of things have changed in the last 8 years, but one thing that has not changed is the fact that Dead Island 2 is still not out. Hopefully, that's going to change soon. That's what the rumors and the leaks are pointing towards. And I want to try to take this with a grain of salt because we have had some, I want to say, hiccups in the past. Minor things here and there. Obviously, with all the times that development has switched studios, the game has been in development hell. Like, if you look it up in the dictionary of this game, Dead Island 2 would have a picture next to development hell. This is pretty much textbook for that. So I don't want to just say, oh, yes, this is it. It's coming. Finally, it's real. This is the be-all, end-all. But something just kind of feels different about this time. As I said before with the Amazon listing, that stuff doesn't just go up randomly. It's not like a leaked screenshot. Someone's like, oh, hey, here's Dead Island 2. It's a little different than that. They usually only put that stuff up if it's a thing, a confirmed thing they know it's going to be put up there. And there were some pretty convincing looking images put up. The description could be seen as generic, but it's pretty much in line with what little information we have gotten about Dead Island 2 over the years. So yeah, something just feels different about this time. And as a huge fan of Dead Island and Riptide, I really, really, really want this to be a thing. And so I'm setting myself up once again for disappointment. And if that is the case, if Gamescom comes and goes, it ends and there's no news on Dead Island 2, that's my own fault. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. That's definitely on me. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to make this quick video. I don't want to just repeat myself over and over again, but I genuinely do love Dead Island. I think a lot of the hate that it has received since its release, particularly right after release, was just not warranted, not justified, over-exaggerated. Obviously, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. If you don't like it, you don't like it. And I'm not saying it's a perfect game by any means. It certainly is not. It definitely has its issues. But for whatever reason, this game has always just clicked with me. It's always just spoken to me. I genuinely, I love this game. I would consistently put it in my top probably 3 games of all time. I have played through the story many times. I've lost track at this point, dozens. I think I can only think of one game that I have played through the story more times, and that would be Borderlands 2. But I love this game, and I have been excited and ready for Dead Island 2 for the last 8 years, and we have not gotten it. There have been a lot of internal issues. Obviously, the original team left, ended up making Dying Light, and Dying Light was a fantastic game. Dying Light 2 just recently came out, and I actually have not finished that yet. I'm about halfway through. I've been playing so many games this year. I haven't just sat down and tried to push through it, but obviously the original team has been working on that. And it's Switch Studios. I've lost track at this point how many times it's been. 4 or 5 at least. And I think, unless I'm misremembering, Dambuster has been in charge, has been at the helm for about 3 years now. I think it was 2019 where they fully took over from Sumo Digital. And obviously we don't know a whole lot about the internal workings of the game, why exactly there have been so many issues, why they keep switching developers. But it would be pretty reasonable to assume that there has been some groundwork basically for a while. And so I'm hoping that in the switching between all these teams, there's not just been this huge disconnect. It's not just this jumbled mess of here's some things this team did, here's some things this team did, and everything's just like thrown together, and it just makes this jumbled, confusing, buggy mess. And that's what we see so often with games that have been stuck in development hell. They come to fruition, and it's just not that much. They didn't improve upon much. The game is not exciting. It's buggy. It's a mess. It's hard to get through, and it probably just shouldn't have existed, or wouldn't really have been missed if it didn't ever come out. We see that more often than not, I feel, with games that have been in situations like this. And so I really am hoping that is not the case for this. It may be, and if it is, then it is, and at least, we'll know finally, hopefully. I would rather the game come out and it just be horrible, it be awful, than it just never come out and always have that, wonder of what if it was. And the thing is, like, I want to say this beforehand, this is a not a good precedent to set at all. We should not be like this. We as the gamers, as the consumers, should not put this out there, should not advertise this as a thing. When or if Dead Island 2 releases, I will be buying it. No question. No matter what the situation, I will buy Dead Island 2. And I know that's a really bad thing to say as a consumer. Hey, you know what? Do whatever. I'm going to buy it regardless. Because then that gives studios, it gives publishers the idea that, hey, we don't have to try. We can just make whatever, push out whatever game we want, and they're going to pay for it. So I know that's really not a good thing to say. But this is honestly, I think, the only game that I can think of, one of the only games that I can think of where that would absolutely be the case for me. I love this game so much. And I've been waiting for 8 years, man. What we have seen in the past, it's probably, obviously, based on the description and the images that we've gotten, it seems like still kind of the same basic premise. Takes place in LA, sort of very recently or within a couple years after the outbreak. I'm not sure exactly, but it seems like the same basic premise and setting has stayed the same. But who knows how much the gameplay and everything else, the mechanics, the gameplay systems, how it flows, everything like that has probably changed. So we'll just have to wait and see. But I think Gamescom 2022 is the time for them to re-announce it, re-release it, or not re-release it, re-reveal it, and say, here it is, here's what we have, here's when it's coming. I don't think it will burn bridges necessarily if it is not announced at Gamescom, but what I do think it's going to do is lose a lot of faith with people. Obviously, having already been in this situation for as long as it has, I think a lot of people have already lost a lot of faith, and it's already on a very short pedestal. But you can't just let something like this leak or get out. It may have been intentional. That's very possible. With all the different ways advertisers or publishers try to advertise the games, get word out there, and whatnot these days. Things are leaked intentionally a lot of the time, and that's part of what starts building the marketing, letting people know. People see one little thing like, oh, wow, is this supposed to be out? Okay, sorry, I am back. My microphone stopped working. I was having some audio issues. Anyways, that's the stuff that kind of starts building that hype. People see one little thing and go, hey, why is this here? Who put this here? Is it real? Is it fake? What does it mean? Why is it here? And that's the kind of stuff that I love, to be honest. I love seeing that stuff and just wondering, what the heck is it doing here? I find that far more interesting than just normal marketing for games. A trailer or whatever comes out and they say, hey, it's coming out this date. I love that kind of slow burn marketing where something comes out and it just gets people talking. Something that comes out and it seems like it's not supposed to be there. I love that kind of thing. I love that so much. And that kind of seems to be the case here. Because obviously with the Amazon listing, it's not like a picture got leaked somewhere or showed up like on Reddit or something, or part of a script or something came out. It's a legitimate Amazon listing. You can go to the Amazon page and see it. And that kind of stuff has to be submitted and approved. So it seems like there's much more basis to this than normal. And I hope that's what they're doing. It very well may not be. As this fail comes up, please enjoy this. I've been playing the game for 11 years, and I still cannot stop myself from doing stupid stuff like this. So, yeah. Anyways, this seems to be the case, and with what they post on their Twitter, they post very infrequently. And when they do, it's either when there's a sale on a collection, on a bundle, or when someone's asking, hey, when's Dead Island 2 coming? Where is it? Why aren't you saying anything? And they'll reply, we're still working on it. We're still working on it. It's still coming. Something like that. And this seems like one of those rare cases where a developer is just saying, hey, we're working on it. We don't want to show too much before it's ready. We will show you when we have more to show you. Most times, or in most cases nowadays, things get revealed too soon, or they get shown way ahead of time, and then all of a sudden there's just way too much stuff way in advance. And there's just, it seems like one of those rare cases where they're just saying, yes, we promise it's coming. We know what it seems like, but we're working on it. When it's ready, we'll show you, and you'll understand why we were making you wait. And I hope that's the case. It may well not be, and if it's not, then that's my own fault for setting up that way. But that's kind of what it seems like. And again, it seems like there's much more of a legitimate grounds for this being real this time with the Amazon listing, and a lot of things some other insiders, if you want to call them that, are saying. People who have inside information, who know people, who release a lot of these leaks or know a lot about rumors and stuff because they know people in the industry and they know what's going on. There's a lot of word from people like this, and so that kind of adds more to this being real situation. But I hope it is, and if it is, I think that'll be great. I think it should get its own segment at Gamescom. Obviously, I'm a little biased, but the Amazon listing in itself has built enough hype that I think it warrants its own segment or its own section of the show where they're saying, hey, let's put everything else to the side for now. This is Dead Island 2. Here's what it is. Let's talk about it. And if that's not the case, I don't want to say it's going to burn bridges, but I will say it's going to lose a lot of people's faith and leave a bad taste in people's mouths. As I was saying earlier, I don't think this is something that we should set a precedent for, of saying, yeah, I'll buy the game regardless. But I would say I would be willing to bet a majority of the community, of the gaming community who are interested in Dead Island 2 are not as big of fans as people like myself are. I know there's a very small group of people who do love the game. I would consider myself a very hardcore fan, and I'm going to buy it regardless. But I think a majority of people are not going to. And so I think this is kind of the make or break time. If it's real, if it's happening, it needs to be shown at Gamescom so people can say, hey, wow, it's true, it's happening, it's real, and we can start to try to build some hype for it. We can talk about it, we can make videos, we can ask questions, and have some questions answered. I think this is the time for it, and if it's not revealed now, if it is real, if they're still working on it, and it's not to a point where it's going to be revealed or released anytime within the next year or two, I think it's going to leave a really sour taste in people's mouths. I think this is the time for it. And if it's not revealed, if Gamescom comes and goes and nothing has been shown, I think that's a really missed opportunity. I think that's a squandered chance to really show it off and get people excited for it. And again, you know, if it comes around and the hype is built and Gamescom ends and there's no Dead Island 2 news, that's my own fault for setting myself up again. And I know that, and I'll have to take a long look in the mirror at myself and put on my clown makeup so I can get ready for the next round of Dead Island 2 leaks. But that'll be me setting myself up. And if I fall hard again, that's on me. But I don't know. This just seems a little different. It seems like this is actually legitimate. It's really coming. It's to a point where the game is in a state where they're comfortable saying, yes, it's coming soon, we're going to release it. And as a big fan, I really hope that's the case. This is a great chance to do it. While there's some hype built, if this was intentional, which it kind of seems like it would have been, be a very strange thing to not be intentional. But if that's what they were planning, if that's what they were going to do it, show it now, tell us what we want to know, confirm a release date, maybe show some gameplay, give a little bit of information about it. What can we expect? Where can we expect to play it? Is it going to be exclusive or not? What can we expect? When can we expect it? And what do we need to know from you? I think this is the time. If something is not shown at Gamescom, I think that's a huge missed opportunity, and a majority of people are just going to be done and lose interest, and they're going to be done with the game again. I think a lot of people have been done for a while, but that kind of came back around, and some people are a little bit more hyped now. But I think now is the best time, and hopefully that's the case. Deep Silver, Dambuster, if you're watching, please release the game, or show us something. Show us some gameplay, anything. I love Dead Island. I need Dead Island 2 in my life. So if anyone is watching from the studio for some reason, if you're watching my video, please, I need something. But yeah, that's all I got. Just wanted to hop on and give my thoughts on that. So if anybody has made it all the way through this video, I really appreciate you guys taking a look, watching with me and hearing my thoughts. I would love to hear your thoughts, opinions down in the comments, what you guys think is going to happen, or if it won't happen, what would be some realistic realistic expectations. I'd love to hear everybody's thoughts down below. So yeah, that's all I got. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, and we'll see what happens Tuesday. If nothing happens Tuesday, then we'll just get through the rest of Gamescom, see what happens, and maybe we'll make some kind of update. Hopefully there will be something worth talking about. But that's all I got. So appreciate you guys. Talk to y'all again soon. Adios.